Ayan. Kutya, si Pulong. May bintang si Pulong, ha? Go, go, go na. Ayan. Legal process tawag dyan, Pulong. No? Yan sabi ni Attorney Claire Castro. Binira yung ICC political weapon claim netong si Baste de la Rosa. Where did that came from? Sorry guys, Baste de la Rosa. Paano nangyari yun? So, Pulong versus Attorney Claire. ICC ba ang ginagamit na armas o legal proseso lang talaga? 'Di ba? Ito guys, no, kasi there's a clash of perspectives here, no? That's not just about yung ICC, kundi tungkol din to sa kung paano natin tinitingnan yung legal process when a powerful political figure becomes involved. Biruin mo, kutya, gawain na nila yan eh. Di ba Ma'am Rebecca Pinto, noon pa, panain ang bintang nila. Wait lang ah. O sige, mamaya na. Kasi ito, si Pulong Duterte, yung punto niya is that yung ICC raw ginagamit para i-weaponize politically. Eh yung point naman ni Attorney Claire Castro, simple lang eh. If there's a valid case and a valid warrant, bakit hindi sundin yung proseso? Eh kung talagang nakasuhan ka eh, sinampahan ka ng kaso dun eh. Mangangamote kan talaga. 'Di ba? A simple question is floating around here. Kapag pabor sa atin ang law, we want it followed. Pero if the outcome is no longer favorable, do we suddenly call it a political weapon? Ganun ba talaga? No? Eh parang tai-tai naman yung ganyan. Kasi ito, si representative ng Davao na si Pulong, he argues that the ICC is being used as political weapon laban sa kanilang kampo. Kayo talaga yung gumawa ng EJK eh. Ba't yan nasasabihin nyo? Diba? Kaya, look at this detail for a moment ha. Sabi ni Attorney Claire Castro, no, hindi siya she didn't immediately respond through emotion. Ang ibinalik niya agad was legal process. If there's a valid warrant, no, and a filed case, what the heck is your problem? Parang ganon. Eh, proseso yan. It's a process. This is where the real issue starts to appear eh. The ICC is not really the center of the discussion. Ang tunay na tanong is whether there should be a special exemption to the law when a person involved is powerful and influential. Yan nga yung kagandahan dyan sa ICC. Di ba? Pag hindi ka na, pagkapos yung pamamaraan ng ating bansa para sa pagtugay sa mga gumawa ng masama, especially pertaining sa mga malalaking at mga powerful na tao, nandyan yung ICC. No? It's like a traffic violation. Kapag ordinary driver ang nahuli, we say, follow the law. 'Di ba? Pero pag VIP gets caught, biglang may claim of political harassment, putya, itinarahin na harassment na to. Malamang nagpaharang sa akin kalaban ko sa politika. That's why the explanation becomes difficult, 'di ba? Mga birador. This is where I really started what the F? Putya, ganun ba talaga? Kasi may punto ako eh. Kasi if there's really no case and no basis behind the allegation, bakit hindi hayaang umusad yung legal process and let it collapse there on its own? 'Di ba? And hindi pa nga dyan natatapos eh. Maganda yung punto talaga ni Attorney Claire. She pointed out that Filipinos themselves filed the complaints Ibig sabihin, this isn't simply a foreign intervention argument. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, hindi. Ipinapakulong tayo. Huhulihin tayo ng banyaga. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Hindi, kinidnap kami. Hindi. Kung Korte Suprema natin, payag kami. Brad, isipin nyo ha, ang nag-file ng complaint, mga Pilipino. Dahil nasa kapangyarihan si Duterte nung dati, nag-file sila ng complaint years ago. Ngayon, bakit nyo ibibintang kay PBBM? Di ba? Bakit sasabihin nyo may foreign intervention? This is where the implications becomes more serious. Because the debate shifts from who filed it, papunta sa tanong na, is there enough evidence? It's like a student who failed an exam and immediately blamed the paper, the chair, isama mo na yung electric fan, sinisi rin. Pero yung tanong ng teacher remains, did you answer the exam correctly? Kayo ba? Does this make sense to you? Sa inyo? Kasi ako mga mandirigma for me ito yung pinaka-strongest point ni Attorney Claire. She's not saying anyone is automatically guilty. She's also not saying that every allegation is automatically correct. What she's saying is that if there's a valid warrant and legal process, dapat itong respetuhin. Huwag mong sisihin yung nasa administrasyon ngayon. Mind you, Pulong, nangyari yan nung panahon ng tatay mo, yung pagdemandang yan. Kaya nga, di ba, ura-urada kayong umalis kunyari. Dahil alam nyo, magpo-prosper siguro. For all we know. If we truly want the rule of law to prevail, hindi pwedeng selective tayo on when we choose to follow it or not. Parang, pipiliin nyo lang yung gusto nyo sundin. It's like a basketball referee, no? You can't praise the referee kapag pabor sa team mo ang calls. Then suddenly, call the referee corrupt. Pag yung mga desisyon niya goes against your side. Sino may mali? Yun ang tamang dapat tingnan. Boss Normaduro. Di ba? Hindi Pucha, hindi, weaponize! Weaponize kami! Hindi pwedeng ganun. That's where we see who truly stands on principle at kung sino ang naninindigan lang kapag favorable yung resulta para sa kanila. Di ba, Boss I am Batman? Oh, kaya eto mga birador the more important question isn't who is louder, in the media. Ang tunay na tanong is whether we're willing to respect legal process even we don't like the possible result. Kahit hindi natin gusto yan. No? Porque hindi pumabor sa inyo yung resulta, nagkaroon ng wala na, pagbibintangan nyo na. Kasi based on statements presented, si Yusek Claire Castro's arguments appear stronger because it's centered dun sa process rather than emotion. Kaya ako, kay Attorney Claire ako, syempre. Kasi totoo naman di ba? The law should apply the same way sa ordinaryong mamamayan at sa powerful na personalities. Kaya yan ang justice. For me, the true measure of rule of law is whether we're willing to follow the process kahit hindi naman natin to gusto. No? At sya, kung saan to maaaring humantong. Whether we like it or not. Yun ang tama. Di ba?